Hello, I am a podcaster.
Can you move your body, not just your shoulder?
Or my whole body?
So we're flush. So we are one.
This is how they record Call Her Daddy.
And oop.
Greetings, Internet. Welcome to But I'm Still a Good Person by Vince Nicholas. I'm Vince Nicholas. I'm joined by my sparkling wifey, Carolyn Nicholas.
Hi.
Hello, honey. Thank you for joining me on our bed for our little program here. Okay, so we were visited by your mom, a.k.a. Grandma Liz, a.k.a. Lizard Lips. Your birthday's coming up. What did she get you? She got you a card. What else? Can you tell us more?
She gave me a card with some money inside.
Mm-hmm.
And she told me, here, this is to get a wax. Because she knows my woes of my struggle where I've given up waxing because it's too expensive. So I said, thanks. So I know I have a wax fund.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should start a GoFundMe. Contribute to my waxing, please. What about grooming? Oh, grooming, honey. This is what the Republicans warned us about. What about your grooming update? It's our body hair versus everyone. You're gonna look for a female trimmer of some sort. You don't want to use my trimmer.
No, I want my own personal trimmer for this use.
Yeah.
And
I have a whole arsenal of body hair combatant machinery. It's like in the Matrix when Keanu Reeves is like, guns, I need guns, and there's 9 billion guns. That's what I have.
Yeah, I need to browse Amazon and find a trimmer. It doesn't need to be fancy. It just needs to get the job done. I used to have one years ago, and then I got rid of it.
Is it battery operated and it goes bzzz?
Yeah, I used to have a little charging stand.
Ah.
Yeah, something like that would be good.
Yeah. Well, Amazon, they start at like 20 and then they go up to 60, 70, 80. I was looking at them earlier today, and of course they're 90% from companies you've never heard of, shipped from the country you know where. But there's too much selection. There's too much of everything. But they have cute colors. Okay, I'm talking like mint green,
wow,
lilac, flamingo pink, all that stuff.
I always go for black.
My
clothes are black. My electronics are black.
Your heart is black.
Yes.
Well, I look at color as a differentiator. Like if you type into Amazon female trimmer and there's 80 options, of course everything on Amazon has 4 stars because that's how Amazon is. A bunch of fake reviews and bots. Thanks, Jeff Bezos. But I figure they're all fine. And then I see one with a cute color and I'm like, okay, well, this is how I make my decision. It's the cutest. So I'll pick this one out of 80. We also saw Carla today at the Gross Out. Today is the inauguration day of Donald Trump, and you can think whatever you want to think about that. Carla, dyed in the wool, liberal. She was wearing her Code Pink pussy hat. Yes, that's its name. I'm sorry, Liz Fisher. But you didn't know what it was, right?
No, she said, I'm wearing this in protest.
Right.
And I was like, oh. And then thankfully you jumped in. You're like, I recognize that.
Yeah. She was doing a silent protest.
Oh, I let her down. I'm a bad liberal.
Well, you knew, like, even before we left, you were like, Carla's, or you had a theory, right? She's not watching the inauguration, so she won't be bothered by it. She won't talk about it. Then we arrive at the parking lot. We know what car she drives, a Subaru. Shocking. So we knew she was there. We saw her in there. Were you dreading the conversation? What did you think was going to happen when we hopped in her line?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I never want to talk about politics.
Right.
I'm always afraid, like, I'm not as enthusiastic as her.
Yeah.
And I want to be because I want her to like me.
Yeah.
I want to be on her team.
Yeah.
But we did it. We went through her line and it was fine.
She thinks you're hardcore, left-leaning. She says things like, "There's more of us than there are of them."
Yeah, well, I am to an extent, but
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not as far as her.
Right.
I wonder how did we even get on this? Like, it's every time we go in, we talk about politics, or not every time, but it comes up often.
That is weird.
How did she? I can't remember how this topic started coming up, like bit by bit.
I think she does it to everyone, unless you're wearing a red MAGA hat.
Yeah, you're probably right.
And a "Don't Tread on Me" flag. She just yaps away and mouths off, and to me, it seems bad for business, but she's a dear, and we adore her. But she was going on and on about the Donald and the inauguration, and she said, "The fact that they're doing it on Martin Luther King's birthday is an abomination. It's an abomination." And when people say things twice, either they're really serious or they're a YouTuber who's trying to think of the next sentence to say. So it was a little uncomfortable. I wonder how many people recognize that hat. I recognize it, but whatever, it doesn't bother me. But she was wearing her pussy hat. We also talked about her brother's funeral. Rip. He died, and they had funeral, wake, whatever, remembrance of life. She was telling us about it, and she said her brother was in sales, and so a bunch of people showed up in his life. Like, he really liked going to this donut place, and the owner of the donut place showed up at his funeral. Who would show up at my funeral? No business owners. Could we invite Uncle and Kwok Win?
I don't even want a funeral because no one's gonna come.
Yeah.
Like, if I just this is my last wish and my request. I'll do the same for you if you want.
It'll be me, Carla, and Frankie. I don't think I think my parents would come. A few friends, maybe a couple coworkers. But as far as business owners,
the people. Well, we do interact. We go to the same places all the time, and we interact with people in our community. But we're not. We don't leave such an impression that they would be showing up at our funeral. Right.
And then, because he's a sales guy, so he's chatty, and he has a good rap. And then who's the other people?
It's some ladies that work at like a UPS type store. Yeah. And he got to know them over the years, and those ladies came and they were there. Yeah. And other people she was listing off.
Yeah. I mean, I recognize the same people over and over at the businesses we patronize, but it's never anything more than the most shallow, superficial, "How are you?" Talking about the weather. Because I don't know. I have zero desire to do that. I guess we could do that.
Of course.
We have skills.
Well, we should start. We need to leave a mark.
We do.
We need to leave a legacy behind.
Yeah. So how are you? How's your family? Will you show up to my funeral, please? And so when we walk in, and listen, this is a weekday, late morning shopping trip, which we don't usually do. We usually do all our shopping on the weekends. But we walk in, and there was some crazy person outside the gross outdoor front doors entrance, yelling, shouting, screaming. She had like a sign or a painting with some sort of messaging on it. I don't know. Did you make sense of any of that?
No, she just had a cart full of crap that she was trying to bring in from outside. That was a 1, 2, 3 waiting to happen.
Like right when we were leaving, she was coming in. I was like, oh. And Carla and the other checker gal both like started shouting, "You can't bring that in here! You can't bring that in here!" Oh, it's just, they must deal with that all the time.
Oh yeah,
it's a rougher area over there on West Cap. I see here in my notes, honey, you've recently had a change of heart regards to organic and composting waste. Can you tell us more about that?
I've been composting less and less. I really only do it when I have like a big batch of vegetables or fruit that I'm chopping up. So I'm going to have a ton of refuse. Yeah. But if it's just a single eggshell here, coffee grounds here. Every day, I'm just putting it in the trash.
Wow.
So today, I used the last 2 bags of our compost because we have to buy this special like these bags that like I guess they decompose.
Sure.
They're not like normal plastic bags that will be around in a million years.
Yeah.
So we used our last 2. And I said, we're not buying any more of these until Waste Management fines us.
Wow.
Because I don't want to fine, obviously, but I don't want us to keep spending money on these green bags.
Yeah.
If we don't need to.
Yeah. You're such a bad girl. Rebel. Breaking the law. A fine is 19 something, which is about the cost of a... No, I'm sorry. The cost, well... There's various thickness and quantities, but the kind I've been buying is about $12-13 for a box. So I like it.
You support me?
Yes.
In my bad girl
You're
bad girl era.
You're Clyde. I'm Bonnie. Let's live a little. Let's live on the edge, man. You were sick this week, honey. I'm sort of sick. We're still kind of sort of sick.
I got our whole house sick.
Yeah. How was that?
I was patient 0. It was pretty bad for a couple of days.
Yeah. You mentioned your deathbed a few times, and I laughed it off. Ha 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 ha.
And I started to feel better, but for a week now I've had like this lingering cough.
Yeah,
and
same.
just congestion.
Yeah.
But I feel a lot better. But then I went to work after I called in sick, and I didn't go to work for a couple of days, and I'm sitting at my little cubicle, coughing, blowing my nose, sneezing.
It's a quiet office, right? There isn't like...
It's fairly quiet.
They're not playing CDs of music really loud.
We're separated by our flimsy little cubicle walls.
Right.
But we're so close to each other.
Yeah.
So when it's quiet, you can like hear everyone, like any little rustle or any body noise.
Yeah. Oh dear. Yeah.
It's so embarrassing, and I hope I didn't get anybody sick. I shouldn't have gone that day. I suppose
know.
I should have kept one more day to be at home.
I know. They always say that if you're sick, stay home. But it's like, really, I feel fine. I'm 100%. But I do have a cough and the phlegm. And whenever I used to get sick when I lived with my mom, and I would have a mucus or whatever build up in my throat and whatnot. I always remember my mom saying, "The phlegm, Van, the phlegm." So that's what I have, and it's annoying. It's not too bad, but I feel fine, and so I've been going to work. I probably shouldn't. No, I don't. I think if you feel bad, then you should not go to work. But if it's a cough,
The cough lingers and lingers. Like for weeks it can.
Yeah.
So everyone goes to work even when they're coughing.
Right. I don't think it's not a big deal. But I have no problem. On Monday and Tuesday, I kept texting you, "Do you want me to come home? Do you need me to come home? Do I need to pick up Luna? Do I need to pick up Lennox? Do you need me? I'll come home right now." I was just looking for any excuse to head on home and rescue you, darling. But thankfully, you didn't need me or ask. And I didn't take out any valuable sick time off. I made some fried cauliflower rice because I'm low carb. I'm on the keto diet, honey. Oh, wait. I mean Cheeto diet. But anyways, because I wanted the taste of fried rice, but wanted to watch the carbs or whatever. So I bought some Cam Yen Jan Chinese style sausage. It's what my mom used to make fried rice with. She used to fry it up way back in the day when I was a kid. And I just got it in my head, like, I want to buy some. Walmart sells some for about $6 for a 10-pack. So I got one of those Cam Yen Jan Chinese sausage, super fatty, super greasy, super yummy. Bunch of garlic. I had 3 or 4 is it cloves or heads or bulbs? What's the big one?
I don't know.
The big one.
I think the little ones are cloves, and then when they're all together,
yeah,
that's probably
a bulb, a head. It was
a flock of garlic cloves.
It was an ton of garlic. Fried those up in oil. Don't be shy with the oil now. Threw an egg in there. Lots of cracked black pepper. And then I did the frozen cauliflower rice. We had the version with a few peas and carrots in there, so it looked more fried ricey or whatever. And then throw that in the microwave, and then at the end, just throw it in the pan, and a little sesame oil on top. Fold to taste, fold to completion. What'd you think about my fried cauliflower rice, honey?
It was good.
Yeah.
I think there was too much oil or something. It was very heavy on the oil flavor.
Yeah.
But the garlic was like so crispy and fried nicely. That Chinese sausage is out of this world. Yeah. I love it.
It produces, because it's so freaking fatty and yummy, it produces so much oil that like I already have oil from crisping up, caramelizing the garlic in there. And then a bunch of sausage, so yeah, it's a ton of oil.
So you're saving on carbs, but then you're drinking like a cup of oil practically.
Hey, it makes sense in my mind, okay? It's only a lie if you believe it. Yeah, I would qualify it as not great. The Chinese sausage is banging, the garlic is banging, but the cauli rice is it's cauliflower rice.
Cauli rice. It's fine on its own or like next to a protein, but if you try to do anything in place of real rice with it, then it just never turns out very well.
Yeah. Well, once I do my Chinese sausage with real rice, it's over for you bitches.
And oop.
Our terrified weirdo of a cat, Frankie Blue Nicholas, he may be sick. I mean, we're sick. He's been sneezing, which is a little concerning, but it's so cute.
It's adorable. And even after all these years, because he rarely does it.
Yeah.
So even now, after all this time, it's still just a cute surprise when it happens.
Yeah, it's super cute when you see it. It's super cute when you hear it. Oh, it's just, can't get enough of him. And then the other day, so he has this habit where we keep his food in a Tupperware thing underneath the sink. And when he's hungry, he goes up to that cupboard and starts pawing at it. He doesn't scratch it, thankfully. He doesn't bust out his nails. And sometimes he gets the cabinet correct, and sometimes it's the cabinet right next to it. And when he gets the correct cabinet, I say, "You're so smart." And then when he paws at the cabinet right next to it, the wrong cabinet, I say, "Why are you so dumb, Frankie?" But the other day, you took video of him pawing at the battery drawer.
Yeah, he was way off. He was like 3 cabinets away from his... He knows where his food is. What was he doing?
Why is he so dumb?
He's so silly.
Yeah, we love him. We had a fire at the toaster oven again. This toaster oven. I feel like the pan is too high. It's too close to the heat.
It is a tiny toaster oven.
Yeah.
So on one hand, yeah, but on the other hand, you're the only person who's set a fire.
That's true.
And you've done it multiple times.
That's true. You know what? I set the toaster oven on fire, and you set off the smoke alarm.
That's repeatedly. True. But mine's a false alarm. It's just steam from my shower.
Yeah, mine's actual flames. It could cause damage. You started yelling at me, fan, and then you brought a magazine over to me, and we started fanning. Flames went out quickly, but it's because I cook hot links in there or sausage, and the sausage are so taut, honey. That's T-A-U-T. But they're just ready to burst, and when they start firing all that fat liquid around, yeah, it turns into flames. Should we get a new toaster oven? I feel like we should.
Maybe. I feel like before you cook your sausages, just pierce that skin a little bit so they have room to breathe, so they're not bursting once they get to a certain degree.
So they're not as taut.
They're taut with little holes.
But that's less tautness.
Yeah, I always pierce sausages when I cook them.
But don't you want the snap? The snap of the tautness of the case of the
The snap is fun, but I don't want them exploding and oil spewing everywhere either.
It's not worth our condo catching on fire. Crap we've been watching. Listen, to say that Love After Lockup has taken over our lives is an understatement. It has taken over our lives. It's originally started in 2018. It's still going. I don't like to say binge watched. It's too aggressive. So I'm a binge. I'm so extreme. But we smashed through season 1 very quickly. Season 2 also super quickly. Actually, we're like at the end of season 2. But this show is more entertaining than we have any right for it to be. It's unbelievable.
It's so many laughs every episode. So many shocking moments.
Yeah.
So many funny phrases that these characters throw out.
We laugh. We yell because these people are such idiots. After season 1, I was like, there's no way it can get better. Season 2, just outrageous, unhinged. To ask me to pick which season I like better is like asking me who I love more, Lennox or Luna. I will not do it. But the casting is so on. And they're nut jobs.
Everyone is so insane.
Yeah.
And they're so funny, and they're so stupid.
And they one particular couple, Clint, he's a 37-year-old hotel desk clerk whose boss is his ex-wife, and he recently got fired from that job. He meets a gal, is there when she gets released. She takes off on him. So released day 1, day 2, they get married. Night of day 2, she's like, I need some crack. So she heads out and gets some crack, takes his phone, takes his rental car, takes his wallet, his credit cards. But she's a nut. She's a terrible person. And he just keeps telling her, I love you, and she's going to get better. And it's like, what is wrong with these people? Like the criminals are horrible people. They're going to go back. Most of them do go back to prison. But then the people, the mental cases who put their lives out there, who open up their hearts to these people, to ultimate disappointment and drama. Can you explain it? It's bizarre.
I can't really explain it. I think they just want these people that date these inmates. They want to be loved.
Yeah.
They're so desperate for love.
Yeah.
And they're looking for it in the wrong place.
Yeah.
And it's really easy when these inmates are still behind bars to appear to be like the perfect girlfriend or boyfriend.
You sell the dream of we're going to get out, get married, I'm going to get a job, we're going to get a house, we're going to have some kids.
Yeah, so the people on the outside get their hopes built up and they're feeling fulfilled, but they're also like so desperate to finally be able to hold the person they love and be together and start their lives.
And they don't want it. They've spent 2, 3, 7 years pen paling and writing and paying for their freaking collect calls.
Yeah, they've invested a ton of time and they've invested a ton of money. They pay to talk on the phone. They give the inmates money for whatever they want behind bars.
This one idiot, Scott, gave $90,000 over the course of several years to this gal, Lizzie, who subsequently spent it on drugs and used drugs in prison. It really says something about our prison system. And so she gets out and they're fighting, but he just will not give up on her. And he's broke and he's taking out credit cards, but he won't tell her this. And it's
sad.
Multiple times in the show, the person, the non-prisoner says to the ex-prisoner or whatever, this was so much easier when you were in prison. I wish you were back in prison. this relationship was so much better when you were locked up.
Yeah, that's really interesting. That is a theme like across many couples.
Yeah. Some couples do get boring. We've learned to fast forward through those couples. But yeah, there's Love After Lockup. There's Life After Lockup. So we're binging through that currently. Severance Season 2, Ep 1. The premiere after 3-year absence, honey. What did you think of Ep 1?
I am here for it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Not a lot happened.
Right.
It was very low key, especially coming off the finale of season 1 was so dramatic and high stakes.
Yeah.
And it just ended like it kind of cut off mid high drama.
Yeah.
So this was a little bit more low key, but I'm excited.
Yeah.
I am enjoying seeing all the characters again, and we're still trying to figure out what the heck is going on inside this building.
Yeah. You're on the subreddit.
Oh yeah. I'm reading all the theories, all the conspiracies.
Yeah.
It's a bit much. Like that subreddit is very active, and it's a lot of it's too much. I'm going to just try to focus on the show.
I got in there a little, and after reading a few fan theories, which no details spared, like they're going on and on with these super long opinions and blogs, and it's like after a little while, I was just like, who cares? I want Ben Stiller's fan theory. I want Dan Erickson's actual fan theory. I don't care about all this speculation. You know what? It's like freaking football, dude. Where the game is entertaining, like the game, appreciate the game, but the guys in suits talking about the game for 24 hours before the game and on to infinity after the game. Whatever.
I know, that amazes me that is such a thing in the football world. Like, what is the point?
It's just
some people love it, I guess.
I don't know. They instead of loving that, they should love their families. There not much happened, like you said in Ep 1. It's still quirky, it's still weird, but I need more.
I think I'm gonna watch the entire season. Yeah, entire season 2. I don't care if you give up.
I won't.
I'm gonna finish it. And I've heard a lot of good things, so I have high hopes. Yeah. I hope it's going to be satisfying.
I've read a few critics who have seen episode 2 and 3, and they say it gets better. There's more to grab onto. And yeah, I'm here for it. Slow start, but that's fine. It's deserved. But you know what? I mean, that was one episode of Severance, and whatever, it was fine. But Love After Lockup was like 1,000,000 times more entertaining. That's all we did this weekend. Yeah. We watched it, and then we would like run errands and live our lives, and then time for more Love After Lockup.
We watched more TV in the last 3 days than I think we ever have. Yeah. As a couple. It was a lot. No, I enjoyed every second. Yeah. I wouldn't change a thing.
It's so gosh dang good. This genre of dating show or whatever. Unbelievable. So entertaining. Alrighty, were we done, honey? Do you want to talk about any of these, or should we just save them? These topics there?
Let's save them, because I think this is a good length.
Okay. Were we done, honey?
Yep.
Okay, well, that's the end of the program. It's been fun, but not really. Let's all try a little harder next time. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, review, and rate. Or don't. Do whatever you want. You're a grown-up. Make your own decisions. Do what's best for your family. Please be sure to use our promo code for the Pussy Hats. Yes, they sell them. Yes, they're online. Yes,
I'm going to get one. I'm going to wear it to grocery outlets.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
It has its own Wikipedia. Yeah, you can burn your bra, sister. We don't have a promo code for Pussy Hat. Or, well, what's the website here? Hold on.
Pussyhat.com.
And
codepink.org.
Codepink.org. Goodbye, my parasocial podcast friends. I love you. My wife and I love you. We hope you have a good day today and tomorrow. And sure. Oh, the plants. We didn't talk about the plants. How are the plants? Grandma Liz came over, helped you with them. How's that going?
My plants are alive.
Yes.
It's been a week. and I water them every other day. They get 0 sunlight.
Yeah.
0. And it's really cold and
windy.
windy.
It's freezing.
But they're thriving. You know what? If they even live just a few months, I'll be happy.
Yeah. It's nice looking at them.
Yeah, they're really pretty.
Yeah. And I think we should make this our whole personality.
Plant lady?
Plant lady, plant husband. We could be like Debbie and her boyfriend, how they're always out there looking at the plants, watering the plants, caring after the plants, taking care of the plants, chatting about the plants. I do want more plants. I mean, it is becoming a thing, like how we became cat people. I think we should buy more plants or more potted plants or whatever to hang off the balcony. You line the planters with plastic bags. Whose idea was that? Because I think that's genius. You bought some soil. You took my credit card and you spent nearly $30. Wow, at Lowe's. Wow. What's it like plant shopping with Warren Buffett, honey? Whose idea was that? I know Liz helped. How did that go?
That was my mom's idea. And we did poke a couple little holes in the bottom of the plastic bags, but they're really tiny.
Yeah.
So nothing like has come out of the bottom, I don't think.
Right. Yeah. I like them. They're fun to look at. They make me happy.
Yeah.
I could see plants, why people get obsessed with them, or it becomes a thing with people.
Yeah, they really enhance and brighten up your space.
Yeah. Cats, plants, never ends. Okay, well, I forget the rest of the outro, but how about we just call it a day? See ya. Peace out.
And oop.
We got chicken.
Is that crispy, juicy tender? I can't eat no longer. And oop.